If you're a fan of Resident Evil, you need to be aware of the fact that Resident Evil Deadly Silence is the best version of the original Resident Evil game. I believe that so strongly that today I'm going to make a video explaining why this game is so great and what it brought to the table that other versions of Resident Evil didn't have.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
So when booting up into the game, whenever you select your new game, you're given two options. So the first option is Rebirth mode, the second option is Classic mode. Rebirth mode was basically just the game that had enemies swapped around, had mini games that involved the touchscreen, and there was a lot more ammo and other supplies at your disposal. And for Classic mode, the name speaks for itself. It's classic Resident Evil, the game that you knew from PlayStation 1, just on the DS. Something that is super notable about this version of the game is you can get loaded into the game super fast. If you're someone who had played Resident Evil before and kind of knew everything you were doing and wanted to just get the experience, I mean, you can basically be a speedrunner with how quick you can get from the character select all the way into the first hall. One of the first notable changes that you can notice right off the bat is that you can change the color of blood in the game. If we hop over into the settings, you can see that you have the choice between green blood and red blood. I mean, that's not a super game-changing thing, but it is kind of interesting to be able to switch it up and just see something new on your first run. Now on this next one, I want to apologize to my girlfriend for me having to do this in a video. Yep, that was exactly what it looked like. So yeah, you could touch Jill's butt, and she would react. Chris would do the same if you touched, I believe, his butt and his hair. So I know there's a crowd for this, so y'all enjoy that. This game also introduced a multiplayer game mode for this game that had never been seen before. And basically what this game mode was is that you could have up to 4 people playing, and you basically just did time trials on parts of the map, or parts of the game rather, and you go around and you fight a bunch of enemies from throughout the game, and you try to get to the last boss in that level and defeat them. This game also introduced the ability to perform a tactical reload, which is also just another thing that made this game a lot more quick and a lot more snappy. This would have been perfect for speedrunners, honestly. There's still a lot more to this game, but one of the last things I'll show you is this first-person knifing sequence that was added into the game. This was specifically designed for the DS, and you hadn't seen anything like this other than maybe like Resident Evil Survivor, but this was one of the first FPS Resident Evil experiences that you got, and it was on the DS. So basically, to sum it up, this is definitely one of the most interesting installments of Resident Evil. I'm really glad that I bought this when I did. I bought it a few years ago, and not only have I played and beat it, but I also let Played Psycho borrow it, and he played and beat it, and we both agreed that this is probably one of the best ways to play that game at this point. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, leave a like on it, and subscribe.